morning wey be say we don turn down for your darling program as e dey hot for inside OJFM 106.3 as usual as regular we don turn down to bring una some information wey we be like say today we go digest am to the end, and as if una brother Kadri Aloye as usual very very unusual because this one Madam Bisi dey introduce me before today na me say make I take the lead and she dey gallant. Madam Bisi put the note for you.
How una dey this morning? Na still at the hot days on station 106.3. My name na Bisi Akpaida and more here wetin dey our table this morning.
There's a lot today because before now when we enter Monday we see many things over the weekend dey but today we get a lot of sumptuous informations for us, and one of this information might be say this one dey come from Kogi State, and this one we say we take am first because of wetin dey happen around our universities, polytechnics and colleges of education, even some secondary schools too, and some colleges, maybe College of Nursing Sciences and the rest. All these small things dey happen there. When they see say the Kogi Polytechnic don suspend 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lecturers over wetin they call sex for marks, and they come see allege these lecturers to be cultists. If that's what say you know the impact this discipline on other governors. We say yes, Kogi State Polytechnic they not gree say make lecturers they remove their students dress so that they'll fit pass, and if you see observe cultism because maybe 6 of them may they go one side face that suspension. Now they give them suspension, sometimes they physically call them back and they still knock them come out wey they call dismissal. So Madam Bisi, I think it's on a right step in the right direction for our tertiary institution.
Yeah, of course that's exactly what it is, and we hope so other people too go follow suit.
Recently for Auchi Polytechnic, they see suspend 6. We dey wait for that one. We know how that one still go. I know we mention those ones name until we reach there. Whether na university dey happen you no know to cry to, whether na polytechnic whether na any college at order of education, nursing sciences and the rest. We dey here to help you cry out, because if you sure say wetin you write, you sure say yes this one will scare you through, and one lecturer dey wan undress you because of say na that one go make you pass, cry come out with dignity. No be say when you don go visit lecturer you come cry come out. Snake no go pass finish before we dey knack stick for ground. Na where the snake dey na dem dey eat immediately. So this sex for mark na one big thing wey there's a big problem for our tertiary institution. There's some lecturers dey find am as pleasure. You come there say you come dey give other lecturers bad name. Come there say na so all the lecturers be. If na so all the lecturers be, what about the female lecturers? Then they address the guys too. So let's look at this is squarely. No lecturer should victimize any student because of say this passive girl, this girl she dey defenseless, this girl she not get money, even she no book. If I not see wetin I dey find, she no go pass. Abeg, why put abeg for that place now to attract the attention, the discipline of all our lecturers across universities in Nigeria. If I say across it, at least the 36 states in Nigeria and the FCT all get universities, all get polytechnics, some who get more polytechnics, all get colleges of education, colleges of nursing sciences, colleges of agriculture and different colleges. Abeg not be to dey remove the female dress because you want you feel say that girl nothing go happen. There are many and we go speak for them. We go speak for them because na book dey send them, not be something else wey you dey wan do. Mr. Lecturer, if you don marry, face your wife, face your family, leave the innocent girl alone. Madam Bisi, I know that na better advice.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, definitely. At least you don't tell them the right thing what they need to do.
Yeah, this one dey make me dey laugh because now if like story tortoise wey no dey finish for story, that's always small say tales, tortoise tales, and before you talk like 10 stories this tortoise must enter, and we see the one they do recently for Edo, but now they don carry come and say for 2027 election the Edo market women don go endorse Tinubu re-election bid. Market women there many and we get market men there too, get traders men there for inside the same market.
Of course, now the season of election will dey enter, so
Yes.
so we go expect to dey hear this kind story plenty, either for the purpose of the endorsement, na for the purpose of say they do good thing, or na for the purpose of anywhere belle face, make dem sef get money to at least put for pocket. But at least na this kind story of endorsement we dey see all around for our news item. Okay, ma quickly do enter one or two of my tori wey dey table. The matter of stop and search wey dey for inside the country based on the insecurity. A lot of people dey ask the question whether stop and search really dey important or necessary. This one na one area wey we for like to call on the authorities make dem look this matter. But yes, truly, but if you ask me for Edo State, stop and search na one major thing wey dem really need to do. But instead of police to do stop and search, dem dey do stop and collect. You understand? And na there the challenge dey, and that's where they don change this particular very important stop and search business to another. They don water am down by wetin dem dey collect. So you go find out a criminal go just pass, even plus the ones wey dey say make dem no dey use tinted glasses. I dey monitor street and I dey see say some people still dey use a lot of tinted glasses for inside Edo State, and whether those ones are special people or they know the police just say make dem close their blind eye to am, we no understand. But if the law na the law, then we must begin to comply with wetin the law talk. So this issue of insecurity, na all of us hand na with this.
This stop and search, e dey very very necessary, because recently when we travel go Edo North, not quite too long, when we go Edo North, we no even know say these fine boys, we see them dey soft, we see say maybe they be like guys wey dey press, we no know say they be even Fulani, they carry guns, they don cut am to size, e dey inside their bag. If that mopo allow them pass, because na him stop, na him be the last person, those guys don scale through, and they stop them for between that Auchi Aginebude road wey dey go towards that road. So now that road dey say make government go talk, give attention. Na that road, that the policeman stop them. The bike man wan use force pass. If not say him see hold the bike and he hold the bag, he drag the guy down, they search the bag, say na exhibit, na him dey. Who know where they be dey go? Whether na strike, they wan go strike. Whether they don strike, they wan return the gun to Amori, or maybe they now they don dey. Maybe na now, or maybe dem go carry for Amori, they wan go deliver. They must get a mission, and that mission was stopped because of the effort of stop and search. And the other day for airport road there, that St. Paul's Catholic Church, that woman get one gallant woman there. She stopped the car no wan stop. Then the vigilante guy force, na bus not car, force the door. And guess what? Now all these people they do, madam, if you forget something for say motor, all those one chance. Yes. Now those people carry a victim. If not be that woman then make that first move, the other man for no, if for not give her support to know wetin really dey inside that motor. You understand? Because this stop and search, if police effect am, say they stop you, they search you, nothing there with you, they leave you. The other vehicle come, they search and they see something suspicious, they hold that one. Others go take dressing, others go normal. So to me, I be say this stop and search, e dey very very important. They make dem do am with sincerity.
Yeah, exactly.
Make dem do sincerity.
So we go appeal say at least those wey dey in authority, and make dem do the right thing, make dem indoctrinate the people or rent them properly, even the policemen, on the reason for this stop and search, so that they no turn them into another thing. And still on security matter, Oga Maruwa will be the chairman of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, Brigadier General Buba Maruwa, and one man wey know wetin dey do, retired. With this, in don tell community leaders say make all of them dey very careful with who they give land. This one come take my mind back to our Imoga forest, because I really dey very interested in knowing wetin dey happen inside that forest, where people feel they stay there for about 35 years going to 40 years, and they live conveniently and comfortably. Well, comfortably dey related abi, because it depends on wetin you call comfort. You cannot sure say comfort go dey inside that bush. And this I still dey try to imagine the kind of comfort wey go dey inside that kind of bush. But the Oga Buba Maruwa NDLEA boss, they talk and say make community leaders screen very carefully individuals wey dem dey give their land for farm, because of course they all come with the pretense of say we wan farm, give us land make we go take farm. Nobody go say give me land make I go build house inside bush. Nobody don talk that one before, but they'll tell you say give me land make I take go farm. And in the process of farming, they'll go dey create some drug offices and projects and industry. They'll go create drug industry inside there, create kidnappers industry inside there, and they'll create a lot of insecurity inside that forest, all in name of say one plant cocoyam, one plant plantain and all that. So wetin dey talk say most of these syndicates na their latest ways of establishing laboratories for drugs inside all of these remote locations. And me no go surprise if something like that dey happen inside some of our forests wey dey within Edo State. You know, na wetin to look at. Thank God for these forest guards wey just graduate, so I hope say they go still do that work well. They go do that work well. Anyway,
for this long matter where Oga General Buba Marwa talk about, when you mention Marwa, just I be laugh because they call Keke Napep Marwa.
okay.
You know, introduce it to Lagos. When you talk about this man just and the land giving of 18, most times this our community leaders, that they feel say that they help only themselves. They don't say that they endanger everybody. In Mokatufa or via Yonko, you know, here the other time 14 communities now they attack in 2 weeks. So every day one community, every day one community. People are booming too. As peaceful as they are attacks on camps. So that's the only person here gay here will feel here. You guys will probably that's their ears, they like decoration. I think it's our community leader, hey, no gay, Okayele, Ojowe, Zuko Giver. How do I call the other one? I remember yourself. But remember, I will call your name. I can't call that their title. Make una do this right thing. Make una know una dey give land. If I want sell out to our brothers, una sell am so expensive. But if I want give am to people wey wan stay inside the bush, una give them for like 1 or 2 cow. Make we do the right thing and make we do am right. Na that one Madam Bisi dey try to explain just that wetin Buba Marwa talk of a truth. If we say make we go by wetin Buba Marwa talk, so we go back to the bush, go audit am, come back. So no gay for Edo, some kings, some dukes, they'll go prison. And then me, I for like no audit that bush, no who they bring criminals because they harbor them for inside our bush.
Well, eventually that Moga bush they got to audit am, because even for them to be saying at their own at their land, and just because they don't stay there for many years, so that means they want to inherit the place now, and then they're not going to let them inherit them. So that's why they need to check wetin dey happen for inside that particular place. And then bilateral ties between Nigeria and Qatar don dey happen. They say this one na positive move, so that all of foreign policies, you know, they'll feel improve them and activate the diaspora relationship. So at least Qatar and Nigeria more see how they fit it. But I hope say at least the minister wey dey that, the ambassador rather wey dey that area, Mohammed Yakubu, at least they go try to tie up all the loose ends, dot your I's and cross your T, so that this kind of thing happen for South Africa, so we no go dey sell. So because the South African whole thing, if after that apartheid everybody spell out in blueprints exactly how we want take dey live and dey relate, I no sure say overnight we go just dey wake up dey say come dey go your place, na my place be this, no be my place, you know, all of those things for no dey happen. So but na wetin we dey see right now with that. But even for the xenophobic matter for inside South Africa, Madam Bianca wey be the ambassador foreign delegate, you know, minister wey dey handle all of this relationship between Nigeria and foreign countries, she don talk and say dem no stop anybody from going to court. Say if you feel say to go reclaim your possession, if you feel say over there you get legal rights and documents to go fight for your rights, say yes, dem go give una all the support wey dem need. We take you to those guys wey dey inside the shelter before. Actually those shelter guys go don comot.
They never comot finish.
Wetin dem still dey do for that place?
Na some don comot.
Okay, so those ones wey say at least they get legal documents, their work and their business dey legal and all that. I think for the right time don come, they fit liaise with the oga for the migration, and the make say I wan take work with the federal government to ensure say some of these people dem get justice, because e no dey enough to say give them 1 million. 1 million dey right, and then maybe you dey on ground to support them with any other thing wey they wan do. Very important thing to do na to see how they fit take recoup and recover back some of their properties, or get financial monetary compensation for them.
Yeah, true. Even when they talk about this South Africa apartheid and the rest like this xenophobia, I no surprise say a Nigerian go sign for a club again for South Africa, and he play match yesterday. He help the club win for South Africa yesterday for North Cape. His name na Stanley Nwabali, our Super Eagles goalkeeper. Say this guy no dey fear. You dey kill your brothers. You see they go the place, go dey hustle, go dey play football. You even dey feed. No say goalkeeper na only in the day alone. Others dey the feed. He go dey go post. You no even fear that anything go happen to you. Normally, e dey too big risk.
No, but maybe they don sign agreement. Now they talk and say when you dey all of these countries, nobody say many people no go different place, but enter into proper agreement. So that if anything happen, they will say they will take care of their responsibility, and eventually you go get your justice.
Yeah.
And now the government they talk right now say any one of the people wey be dey stay South Africa will get legal documents wey go fit prove a point. Why not? Then go assist them to ensure say at least they get justice as soon as possible. Okay, Matthew, I have 2 more to read on my table before I hand them over to Kadiri this morning. Ondo Assembly, they talk say katakata dey that place right now. They say make the speaker come resign because the Ondo State Assembly, Olatunji Fabiyi, na him be the name of the person wey they say make the speaker come resign, because then they see say this speaker all by himself. They say also part the gas Ondo State Oil Producing Area Development Commission project for wey bin dey inside budget for 2025, wey dey valued at 9.2 billion. Only this man just dey control everything wey dey inside. Then even them as members of the House of Assembly, they don't know wetin dey happen, and about 21 of the members out of 26 of their lawmakers, they say they 100%, you know, to ensure say this particular speaker, at least if he no step down, say them no go reconvene the House until he step down, and if he choose not to step down, they go impeach him. So and it's already 21 against 26. So what you expect? But yeah, people don't need to dey open. You know, they need to dey open so that at least they fit carry each other along on this matter.
Sometimes somebody this people they come out with not be really be the truth. Sometimes or most times when we come go in, we come see say maybe they'll say make this person the House Committee chairman on this. House Committee chairman on this, and the speaker on here will come say no, you can't go draft a list again, reshuffle am, you can't bring am. That disappointment e dey incite. Now please you have for Edo State now, well how they call this people wey dey in charge of artisans, House Committee on NATA, this National Association of Technical something, NAT, I remember that NATA later. They know. Oyigbe was the speaker. He wanted to put, I mean, Edoro, first of Sebia, the deputy speaker want put somebody. But Oyigbe now I'll say no. Now this area and this chief for day rampant, so we need to bring somebody from that Ikpoba area. Trouble happen though. They rebel Oyigbe until people come in talk for the matter. Now Oyigbe appoint na still take am. You understand? But initially they say now Oyigbe alone na dey run the house. Oyigbe go face EFCC for Abuja. Why they use Edo as example? Most time when they don't claim say na only speaker dey run affairs, na only speaker dey do this. When you go in, you come and say na because e no align with this person. In some cases like this, then they will come up with all of these matters. And sometimes when they come up with all of these matters, and they will come out so strong. So I don't say Ondo, I don't say that one wey the 21 they talk na lie, but I only say we go look am deep when we but MTN concern this SOPADEC, this State Oil Producing Development Commission. MTN concern that one now with all sensitivity, because that area where like say e dey get foreign attention. I think OPEC they look towards it too, that this oil producers or Organization of Petroleum Exporters countries, OPEC, yes, and they get interest for this our opadec or sopadec whatsoever, this padec of a team, they get interest. So this ondo wey dem dey fight, wey dem don dey drag the speaker, na wetin all of us go settle down, look, toss the coin both sides to see whether na just cause dem dey fight.
All right, yeah, yesterday officially the newly trained forest guards, they don graduate, so we go wish them congratulations from as e dey hot this morning. About 497 newly trained forest guards na im dey say dey bubble around right now, but no be only for inside Edo State. No be only for inside the Edo State, and no be okay, na Edo State, right? And wetin I wan talk be say, yes, na inside Edo State, but yes, we go need to calculate how many of them, go dey per local government, inside Edo State eventually, and we know how many each local government go collect, so, and at the end of the day, if we divide am by 3, no be 3 senatorial districts we fit get, we go say how many, roughly like 40 inside the times divided there about, they do mathematics, no, but at least, more we see, because we want see where these guys then go enter. 497 of them, 9 be the total, right? We go secure the states for this forest guard, and if you divide them, at least, okay, you go get like 100 and something, for no, it depends. It depends how they want to take push them in. But the most important thing we say yesterday, when the chief of staff Musa Yakubu they go represent the governor, Senator Monday Paulo, he to say this one now the administration commitment to improve security and to, of course, ensure safety of life and property and peaceful environment. So now the usual talk with that, but at least as they don't enter into town now, we trust, say all of them go mount guards and take up the right position as they're supposed to be.
Yeah, this foreign guy of 18, now because obviously they ask, are they going to protect the forest from illegal logging, or they want to protect this our forest for farming? Make them define this thing. It's not enough to just go put people there. What will be the function? Make them detail as so that even who not go school at all, but when you see that green uniform, you go know say simple there and see why this person there. This is what the person they do here. Not to your wear brief or go stand for one forest gate, like the gate we get for Ikewa Road, we get one for Ugbogui when they go towards Lagos, we get one for Ugbokun. You understand? We get gates to forest, to some of these forests, not to just wear green go stay there. What should they do? Do they collect money illegally from illegal loggers? So the questions many. What will be the function of forest guard? Because forest guard don't know before that to protect our forest from deforestation. But now we don't get people in there say they make forest their abode, comfortable for them. Maybe they don't even build schools, they employ teachers inside bush. Maybe because we never see that one yet. So maybe they don't do all those things. But we still know what will be the function of this forest guy. Now to keep the forest legal.
Yeah, exactly. Now so now those ones fine. We to call Madam Eno this morning, but unfortunately, he don't dey engage for another platform. So at least, so even if we don't get that today, we will get that tomorrow to answer these questions. Whether they dey under the police or they'll set up a fresh structure for them of command, we never know. So now all of these questions we go attempt to answer in the course of the day and the program. So even if we don't see an answer today, or we'll answer them tomorrow. But the number I'll tell the reach us in case you won't contribute on as this morning at 0911 327775 0911 327775. So Kadiri.
Yes, the police of Delta State, they don't arrest 81 suspects where the content seize all these hard drugs for their hand, and the content are all now students. 81 not be small number. 81. We had the health about Baba Mara the talk just and maybe the guy of the NDLEA for data now 81 students. 81 not be small figure. If 81 students fit they do that thing, sometimes when you go, you don't go in there recently. Go see students, they don't be like students, they be like staff. See, see those students, see the way that they soft as if na work dem come work for inside school. Sometimes you even see you even see this effect of drugs in some of them. Not the Uniben, I know you talk about say that inside Uniben we go see them. We talk about our universities, especially for this south Nigeria. So police burst a certain hostel that yesterday for Delta State, and they come pick 81 students with drugs. I wan ask, if you see ice or kolos, you go know am. Ever that busy? If you see kolos, you go know am. Canadian lad, you go know am.
I for like make dem say introduce me to Rasha, so that when I see I go dey know am.
Okay, just to show you when I say they introduce you, I go wan ask questions.
I maybe say as e dey be, so that when I see who dey use am, I go still get understanding of say okay, na this one dey worry this one, na that one dey worry, for the sake of knowledge anyway, you know, because those things dem dey pick am for street.
Yes.
But though I know say if I wan see am today, I go see am, because I know say dem dey sell am around this Iyama. You know. That area, you just go there and go stand for corner. By the time they see say you stand for corner, they'll say maybe be one of them. They will quickly come meet you. Then if you say want, you know, just give me so one. They'll bring a come out for you. So they'll bring a come out for you. But yeah, now all of this drug eradication we dey talk about make the NDLEA they sweep more into action. Lately now, whenever they hear them work well for inside those state again, let's say when that oga just come, maybe whether in dey for ground since maybe now one or two activities, but lately the activities don't go down small. Whenever they hear and see wetin they do raiding here and there, at least for the few 1-2 months you know we don't go by, so we go appeal to them to come up more, because the drugs, like I always say, at the bottom line of all of the negative actions where they go on for the states.
Now, Oga Michel Oyefeju, the commander for NDLEA for Edo, now recently we come to say the man they try, but you know they approach the press to come dey express say this na wetin I dey do, this na wetin I no dey do. I not there to promote the man, because if the man wan make the press blow the trumpet come out, maybe that is style wey he choose to say okay, may I do these things quietly, you understand? So Michel, if he made a burst, they raid somewhere recently. They raid how they call this place, they say they go towards Agbo now, Abudu area. They raid all those areas recently, and they still raid a certain area for Pasakumba. Now that place, now they for rescue one pikin. They say they don't go there for go carry and call. Now that pikin, that be the errand, that be the call am now, like maid for the house. You understand? They raid all these places. Why I say make I choose to talk about this Mitchell and his achievements small, now because of those say I see maybe he don't like to be go press. Meanwhile, the man na media man, he's a trained journalist. He don't work as a journalist before he can become a NDLEA official.
One thing I know is say it not be really the work of journalists to go dey find all these men for their offices. You understand? If you do that as a journalist, now you just go the extra mile. And for me, I feel say it never really makes sense, right? It's not their responsibility to seek for the journalists, to seek for the media, to seek for publicity. So if you they claim say you're inside your cocoon, you dey there, they pretend say they work, or you say they work, and then nobody they hear them, that means you're not working, or maybe you're not working the right way. Because if you they work the right way, what will be the essence of work? Not be if I tell everybody say see what they do, so that another person can learn a lesson from that thing. Not be making the do in your secret, not be your secret office now. A public office, that's why it's called a public office. Abi? And it's not your secret office, it's not your personal office. So if they employ you and elect you in a public office, then you must make everything you're doing public. Because now our taxpayers' money, now they say they pay that or that, what you call it name just now. You understand? Now our taxpayer money, they say they pay him. The reason why he also has a PRO in his office is so that if you as Oga Mitchell, if you go tell us, the media people, what they do, let your PRO come and do the talking. You know, not be me to leave my office, the comfort of my office zone, where they check all that important documents. Come they pursue you for your office to know whether they work or you know they work. No, that's not my responsibility, sir. You understand? My responsibility is for me to put my equipment in order, so that when you bring your news come, we will push share them to the world. As I say, they share and they put them for social media, they put them on terrestrial, they push them. My own are to amplify them for you. That is the work where I get for here. Not be to come to the office, come they hustle you to give me news. So the area we as journalists begin to know our place and put our place right. That's when society too will be a better place, because some of them things that they do us favor. to release news to us. Oh, that's how you ain't doing nobody no favor. That's the truth. You understand? You know they do us no favor at all. Rather, they do yourself and your office a favor. You do the Nigerian people a favor, because now when you tell people what they do, now that time another person will make mistake, and that person will also be encouraged to do better. So don't keep it to yourself and tell us, hey, you know they like to they make noise. Then come up for that place. They would like to they make noise, enter that place. Make it loud, because that's the essence of the whole job way they do. Make them loud. If civil service they for the office and then they work, you know, it's a way you carry five, go where you suppose carry five. They say no, you know they like to make noise. You keep hide the five for your table. Is that not a crisis where they cause everywhere? You are causing crisis. How the bad boys go tell no say NDLEA dey for town and they work. If they know they hear say they catch one for here today, they catch another one for that side, they catch another. No be since when this security property exactly wetin be name. But that's a new office that was created. That office all this is not saying a new office anyway. They just
was the chairman.
Thank you. They just repackage am.
Yes.
And now the person wey dey there know the value of media. Oga, nothing dey give that office leverage, nothing dey give that office and the people opportunity, information we will get right now pass waiting the media wey demand they use. That's all. You can't take it away from it. Even these men now wey dey do security, they enter bush, so that committee wey dey bust cultism and kidnapping, that one another office too wey at least all they know the value of media. Initially when they first start, they enter bush now, but they no dey carry anybody along, because they say na special projects that they do, so that they hide, they go do am. Now when people come dey shout say wetin na dey do for there, I think say they don set up these people since, nothing wey na dey do. By that time they come dey carry 1 or 2 3 journalists enter bush. I understand the fact that that terrain dey dangerous, but we also get wetin the war journalists now. We get them well. Abi war journalists dem dey now, and wetin dey give them name na the fact say dem sef follow the military, follow the combat, enter into those war zones. So everybody know where to choose where they belong, right? So if you carry journalists follow yourself enter inside that bush, now after you force the journalist to follow you, now that journalist terrain be that. So himself as una dey dodge, himself go dey dodge as una dey. But we as citizens wey dey outside, we need to know wetin can happen inside that bush.
Yes.
You understand? And that is the work of that journalist who carry follow body, to give the public that education, to give us that opportunity to understand what happened, so that if now wetin we need to learn to know say oh na like this is happen for that place, so we know which I go learn inside. Abi we know the same one that give us strategy of police go say they no dey share their security strategy. We are not asking for security strategy, right?
Results.
Exactly. Yes. Now we ask for, and then now all of us begin to know this the better, you know, because I feel also, you know, some of these things too now the hands of the journalists, I see they too, because at the end of the day if we sit down your own news go come meet you. But in as much as wetin dey say journalism be, news go and sloop for news, meaning say
gathering of information.
if you wan go sloop as a dog wey dey sloop, you know the person no go even know say they come sloop. You understand? You might just be around the neighborhood. That's where investigative journalism comes. That's the only time a journalist is allowed to go and sloop for news, because you don send something for this place, you want to catch that person, so you go in there and do your investigation and findings. But not be for open news, so you know everything, you know wey dey general. It's for you as the PRO of that office, or you as the boss of that office, to get your reporters together and say do a press briefing every quarterly or every monthly to say let me see tell you what is happening and what you have done. But some of them maybe because of the small something wey they will just no they talk down for it. But sometimes, you know, is they we just need to tell ourselves we need to tell ourselves some basic truths. You understand? We need to tell ourselves some basic truths. And because if the day if journalists they talk say they want shut down no news, there will be no world. The world will collapse. That's the truth. In the day when journalists they say that's why when they say no radio day, that no radio day, everywhere they dark now. It's a dark world. It's a dark world. So we all need to begin to put that pride of place on the profession that we have come to love and we have come to, you know, give our time and commitment to. And we appreciate that if those who will also, you know, they help, they promote them, then to see them in that regard and, you know, appreciate us in that regard. You know, so basically, you know, for that now wetin me see I go talk.
Wetin you talk so that
wetin I no see I no go